ladies and gentlemen, I am back. How's everybody doing? Why shirt? Cause, man, I gotta look somewhat professional. Why shirt is so funny. I'm watching All Alone because of you. Hell yeah. I think we're gonna watch an episode tonight. Is there a chance it comes off? Bro, y'all are horny on Maine. Man can't even walk around his fucking house shirtless anymore. How's everybody doing? My name is Will Neff. I am the undisputed king of late night. The prince of insomnia. Thank you, Milwaukee 666. And I want to wish you all a very hearty, a very hefty, a very girthy. Hey now. How's everybody doing? Comes the bar today. How is your heart? Dude, that's the only time I've ever been like, this. Go ahead, hit me once. And someone just punched me square in the nipple. I was like, what the fuck? Did I watch the back-to-back Fred again? I haven't. But I do see that it's someone's birthday in chat, and I would love
that's for cool.
to
My
keep
goat is live.
a community tradition alive. Here's for all the birthday
Lisa.
chatters.
6 a.m. That's right. Hope you like your present. And a one, and a two, and a one, two, three, 4.
Lisa, it's your birthday. God bless you this day. You gave me the gift of little sister, and I'm proud of you today.
Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. I wish you love and goodwill. I wish you praise and joy. I wish you better than your heart desires and your first kiss from a boy. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa.
Bad song? Who robbed you of your joy, Sour Jet? Who robbed you of your joy? Thanks, at Will Neff. It's my birthday on the 25th. Hell yeah. Someone asked, Will, is the
Right again,
colonoscopy
B2B was
stream still
legendary.
happening? And if so, when? Yes, it's happening in June. I've talked about this a few times. I am doing this in collaboration with the American Colorectal Cancer Alliance and the Mayo Clinic. So there is a lot that we have to get lined up. There's a lot of proprietary technology. Also, there's the barrier of finding a doctor who is willing to do it and work around his schedule.
Wow, that's for cool.
This genetic freak has been subscribed to this other
Oh
genetic
yeah,
freak.
this
The
genetic
big
freak.
booty daddy William Nefferson
Oh
Halleck.
yeah, and I'm just starting to swell. Oh yeah. Anyway, we found a doctor we really liked, and because of scheduling with Mayo, we really wanted to do it with Mayo. Mayo helped save my cousin's life, and so we really wanted to do it there. Mayo was going to be who I fought for at Creator Clash, and so this was always the goal to do another fundraiser for them. So June. The Mayo Clinic were mustard and ketchup busy. Jesus Christ. I'm going to remember that one. Thank you for those bits. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Someone said NFL season already ruined. NFL is set to hire replacement officials and begin onboarding them in the coming weeks. Yeah, I think that's because of a holdout.
Yeah, wow, that's very cool.
A proposed holdout. This happened a few years ago. There was a holdout. The interesting thing about this, though, is the NFL has already put in like a bylaw expecting this because the calls were so bad during the last holdout that they're going to have the ability for the New York review booth to overrule all temp ref calls. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I don't think the NFL will let it get there. I think the NFL, the last time the holdout was such a nightmare, I think they're just going to pay him. Is that good from the perspective of having good calls in football? From the perspective of undermining a referee union and not paying him enough? No, it's bad. Well, how are you liking Crimson Desert? I've been enjoying it. I played a little bit. I've been playing a lot of Deadlock, honestly. Deadlock is so fun right now. Deadlock's insane. How about them Yukon Huskies? That half-court shot was crazy. Gotti candidate finally released. Esoteric EBB. Whoa, what is this? Esoteric, not esoteric. I can't read. Whatever. Oh. This looks fun. I might give it a dance. It's Disco Elysium. Is it out? Oh, it's out. All right, I might give that a dance. It's Sunday, so we're just kind of just chilling. You have to watch that Fred Again and Thomas set. Yeah, tomorrow. Let's get that Project Hail Mary review. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of you have been asking me to watch this film, so let's go ahead and watch the trailer for a little bit. We're not going to watch the whole trailer, and then I'll give my thoughts on Project Hail Mary.
Please state your name.
Ryland Grace. I just woke up from a coma. I'm several light years from my apartment. And I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut.
If you don't go, you die. With the rest of us.
Okay, so that's Project Hail Mary. There's the premise. Guy who's not an astronaut goes to space to save the fate of the world. I don't want to give too much more away. I almost suggest you don't watch the trailer on this one, because there's a lot that I think the trailer gives away that I wish I hadn't known. So what I'll say is I really liked Project Hail Mary.
Oh yeah, wow,
I
that's very
thought
cool.
Project Hail Mary was enormously impressive, and I would probably give it like an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. I really, really, really enjoyed it. What I will say about this movie is that it's majority done in practical, which adds a lot of care that I think a lot of films in the same space wouldn't have, and I think made the film so much more visually appealing. I thought the performances were incredible. Ryan Gosling is made for these type of movies. I felt like he was believable in the lead. I thought he was funny. Sandra Hüller was incredible. Also, the girl from like the cell phone commercials made a small cameo, which was great. But I really enjoyed this film, and what I wanted to talk about with this movie is how everybody kind of seems to enjoy it, but there is a prevailing current of people talking shit about it online, which I'm very confused by. When I finished this movie, the Rotten Tomatoes score is great. And then there is a very vocal minority of people who watched Project Hail Mary and they were like likening it. The term I saw over and over again was Marvel slop, which I can't. Here, let me try and encapsulate my feelings on this. I think Marvel tries to do a lot of lighthearted, kind of feel-good comedy, but there's no real soul in it. And this movie has a lot of lighthearted, feel-good comedy in it. But I think that there's kind of an inability to tell the difference between when a feel-good movie is done well versus
Yo,
when
Willie
it's
Chat.
just kind of
How's
like
everyone today?
spat
Much love and
onto the
blessings to
screen.
everyone.
And it amazes me that like people can't tell the difference, right? Like I try and think about something like a Iron Giant. And if Iron Giant came out today, would people be like, this is like Marvel slop? It's like feel good slop. It's interesting to me that I think just whenever you make a project now in the vein of like, this is going to be uplifting and it's going to make you feel good and it's, you know, it's going to have lighthearted humor and this movie is still pretty grim in parts, but it does succeed at having like this really cute buddy relationship between the two protagonists. And I just see people's vitriol towards that. And I think some of it falls under kind of the hipster barista reviling anything that is popular. I do think that there is a level of that where people see something and they're like, everybody's enjoying this? Well, surely it can't be smart enough for me. And I think the other thing that happens that is amazing to me that it's still such a prevalent phenomenon is the I read the book crowd. And I think that obviously there are really bad book adaptations that you can get really mad about, right? When a film project takes a book and basically just ruins it and makes a really poor project, you are allowed as a book fan to be angry, right? I think that is a legitimate instance of you being able to be like, fuck this. But when I see book fans get mad at a project like Project Hail Mary, I'm kind of baffled by it because I just want to say to them, like, a book experience, reading a book is such an intimate experience, right? If you are weighing a film project versus the narrative and the images and the story you created in your head about Project Hail Mary, right? The film, the screen can never compete with your power of imagination. Never, right? Your experience with Project Hail Mary, the book, is always going to be more intimate than your experience with Project Hail Mary, the movie, right? And I think people are always let down. Well, it's like, of course, it's a bespoke experience. When you are picturing how these people look, how these people sound, how they interact, what, you know, the nuance of everything is created in your head. It's hard for a filmmaker or a director or an actor to ever hit the moving target that is your imagination. But with Project Hail Mary, I'm always baffled when a project is pretty just ubiquitously praised as good. Oh, thank you, Taaki. I can't read. Thank you. I love you, Will. Thank you so much. Walmart security guard. Thank you. Let me finish my thoughts on this, though.
Cool.
Thank you. People complaining about original sci-fi is why we don't get more sci-fi. Yes, 100%. Booty, I agree. I thought Project Hail Mary was solid sci-fi. Now, there are some things that are a little Deus Ex Machina. I don't want to give the details away, but where the science kind of retreats into like, well, this has to move along. But I never found myself like, oh, God, the science of this isn't exact. I was so impressed by it visually and the humor in it and the storytelling that I just was like, this is a solid ass movie. Is it the best movie of all time? No. Is it the best fucking science fiction of all time? No. Also, I saw so many people comparing it to Interstellar, and it's such a different story, right? Like, Interstellar is a sci-fi that kind of deals with like the creationist mythos and kind of bleeds into 2001: A Space Odyssey, man's place in the universe, where Project Hail Mary is kind of like an amalgam of a lot of other sci-fi stories. And I don't want to give any details of the components of the story because, again, I want people to watch this. But it's so interesting where people have to like compare this to a Nolan project, right? They're like, well, you know, it's not this and it's not this. Anyway, I really liked Project Hail Mary. I am so appreciative of how much of this project was done practically. The astrophage done practically, the scene with all the lights going, insane. The puppetry, maybe the greatest puppetry of all time in a film, and I'm a Dark Crystal fan. Datoon, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. The astrophage scene and learning how it was done practically gave me chills all over again. Yes. It was incredible. If you watch Project Hail Mary, I think it makes it even more impressive to go watch the making of the film afterward, because the making of this film is a marvel. It is a true marvel to behold. It's some of the most impressive, innovative filmmaking I've seen in a long time. And to compare that to a Marvel film that's like filmed on, on a sound screen and everything is done in post, I don't know how you can do that if you have any understanding of the process that goes into the filmmaking. But again, I don't think they should even be compared. It's so different. It was an Amazon movie production, wasn't it? Well, I mean, that's kind of a obtuse moniker for it. It's an MGM film, right? MGM is now owned by Amazon, but almost every film studio in the next 10 years will be owned by a major conglomerate, for better or for worse, mostly for worse. The plot is so formulaic. I don't think the plot is what you're talking about. I think you are misspeaking there. The plot is anything but formulaic. It's actually very involved science fiction. I think maybe the relationships between the characters are a little formulaic.
Oh, yeah, wow,
You can maybe get
Hey,
away
it's
with
me
saying
again.
that.
The guy with the ants on his wall. My wife has been slowly eaten away and I'm combating them with fire. Still awaiting your help.
I don't know how to help you. The dialogue, I thought the dialogue was pretty tight as well. I just think, and again, I don't want to give this away because obviously there's a character, one of the protagonists. If I spoke at length about it, I think it would undermine the excitement of the project for some people. But I think their relationship, the way that it is, maybe we'll say a little too convenient for the reality of the situation, and a little bit too friendly. But I think the point of this story, or at least the second half of this story, is like inspiring hope in a universe that isn't so cold and empty. And so I think that friendship is kind of key to the thematic element of it. But I really enjoyed this film. I really did. I'm going to be honest. You probably have your first major Oscar nominee. I don't know if Project Hail Mary will get a Best Picture nomination because the field is absolutely stacked this year. But I would be willing to bet it gets at least 3 nominations. And I don't know about Oscars. With Peace and Love, you're completely wrong. Like if you look at the nominations, there are a lot of nominations that I think this film could pull. Again, I don't know about Best Picture, but then again, now that they've broadened the field, it could be, right? Like Formula One was nominated last year, guys. Formula fucking One. But like just a prediction, I think you would be hard pressed not to put this in the running for best adapted screenplay. I think you would be hard pressed to not put this in the running for best visual effects. I think you'd be hard pressed not to put this in the running for best cinematography. And then there are some other ones like best sound editing. There's a very specific character that I think could put it in the running for that. But yeah, I think you'll probably see this movie get at least 3 nominations. With Peace and Love, I just don't see how it doesn't get at least 1 or 2 of those nominations because it's a really solid film. Again, I think this movie, because it isn't made by the major directors and maybe it doesn't have as punishing a worldview as some other popular science fiction, it might get kind of tamped down by critics a little bit. The other thing I will say about this movie is I know a lot of people are upset that the first act of the film in the book, they have much more a obvious likening to global climate change and kind of how the world could work together to alleviate a global climate catastrophe if we all came together on mutual grounds. Thank you so much. Basically, Tatsu. All right, I'm going to turn my Discord sound off. Shit drives me crazy. But okay, what I was going to say is the interesting thing about that critique is the original cut of this movie was over 4 hours long, which is crazy. It's absolutely fucking crazy. And they showed it to some test audiences, and essentially every test audience was like, you gotta cut this down. you have to fucking cut this down. This is completely insane. And so it wasn't for test audiences, it was for his industry friends. I think that's a test audience. I mean, you say tomato, I say tomato. It was like a soft opening, right? If you show it to industry insiders, that's still a test audience. So they cut it down significantly. And I think a lot of that thing, a lot of the first act was kind of what fell victim to that. Anyway, if you're excited about Project Hail Mary, I highly recommend you see it in a good theater. Visually, it's so fucking crazy. Visually, it is so fucking crazy. I cannot tell you. I was blown away with how this movie looked. I really enjoyed it. As I said, I would probably give it like bebop bop boop boop, like an 8.7 and an 8.6 if I had to give it like a hard score, but I loved it. I really did. Thought it was a fabulous film and definitely worth going to the movie theater for. And I went in with no expectations, so I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
HH, thank you. If any of you had any thoughts about the movie, you can go ahead and sound off now. Is this a promo? No, I just do reviews on the channel all the time. People ask for me to do film reviews. And a lot of people have been asked, amaze. Dude, amaze, and are now in my vernacular for sure.
Oh yeah,
Fist
wow,
my bump.
that's very cool.
Table Love Your Streams was wondering if you saw the ending of Duke Hunt game.
Yeah,
was peak March Madness.
The half court, it was great. Is the movie anything like the movie with Adam Sandler and Paul Dano Spider? No. I mean, I guess the premise is somewhat similar, but no, they're not at all really similar. I read the book. I bet the movie is good, but nothing will top that novel. Again, I always say this. The experience that you have with a book is intimate. It is your experience with that book. I think ultimately, whenever you say it will never compete with the book, ultimately, I challenge you to look at that through the lens of nothing will ever compare to my imagination, which is way more kind of an empowering statement than like this other artistic effort will never compete with this other artistic effort that it's based on. I do think that there are varying levels of quality, and there are some book fan projects that when the movie comes out, you're like, this is an abomination, right? There are some adaptations that you can legitimately get so fucking pissed at for them completely missing thematically or just doing a poor job or not caring. Hail Mary, there is care in every single fucking frame of this movie. There is so much love in this goddamn movie. It's crazy. The amount of focus on puppetry and special effects and casting and everything in this movie was done with care. And I think that says a lot about how much they cared about the initial project. So you can take pride in that as a fan of the book. But ultimately, again, when you read something, every character is your imagination. Every interaction you are coloring with your own expectations. So the version of the book that everyone reads is different. No two people's experience with a book is going to be the same because you're constantly filling in the blanks. A film attempts to translate as much as possible of those ideas to a concrete visual medium, which is a really difficult task, especially when you think about the length of a book being compressed to 2 to 3 hours. It's a brutal task. You're constantly slashing out important scenes or details. It's like mainlining the book, essentially. I think hopefully sci-fi is really needed right now. If I'm being completely honest, things make us draw closer together instead of further apart. I think the thing about sci-fi, especially uplifting sci-fi like this, is one thing I miss from when I was a kid, and perhaps it was all just propagandized, but I did love the idea of humanity like reaching to the stars, and this idea that we were going to leave a world to our children that was better than the world that we inherited, right? That's kind of the dream of uplifting sci-fi, is that the future is filled with opportunity. And I think that right now, people have less of that feeling than ever before. Like, really, there is just this idea that we are all eroding and we should all just claw out whatever little piece of the pie we can and leave nothing to future generations. Nothing should stand the test of time beyond your own hedonism, which I hate. And so maybe a certain level of propagandizing, being a worldly person aspiring to more than what your loins can provide, is something I'd like to see make a return. The other thing I will say, and I gotta tread lightly with this one, there is a new Steven Spielberg film coming out called Disclosure Day. And I don't know much about this film. I don't. And Steven is the GOAT. But Disclosure Day, from what I glean from the trailers, is basically sci-fi based on like weird QAnon theories that like a portion of the population is like reptilians, like reptilian lizard aliens that are like running. And to that, I'm just like, bro, what is this? Why are we telling this story? Why are we gonna trigger all the fucking schizophrenic shut-ins with like doing a movie about something that they're already so paranoid about and kind of achieve like the same level of conspiracy panic that is surrounding like, I don't know, Kubrick and The Shining and like some of his projects were like, this is actually about how the moon landing was faked. I just feel like Disclosure Day is going to be a nightmare. And the worst person you know on social media is going to be like, Steven Spielberg's he's been trying to tell us that the Jews are actually lizards. And you're like, oh God, oh fuck. Oh no, fuck. You know what I mean? Like it's just a recipe for disaster. And I just am not excited about it. So in comparison to that, I doubt it. Yo, dude, come on. Are you nuts? Badger, I actually am envious of you because I don't think you've ever met a reptilian believer. It is almost insufferable. I live on the West Coast and there are plenty of people that just below the surface, they truly believe that the government is controlled by reptiles. It's horrible. And it's a horrific conversation to be backed into. Where do I meet one? Go to any trailer park in the United States and start talking about aliens. You'll find them. Anywho, these are just my thoughts. What's worse, reptilian or flat earth? Flat earth. Flat earth. Flat earth. Flat earth. Flat earth is... Because reptilian, I guess you can hold out the possibility that we don't have the evidence to confirm the theory against it, right? You can never really truly prove that certain people aren't lizards, I suppose. But flat earth, like, you in your home, there's 10 different measurable experiments that you can do right now to prove the curvature of the earth. You know what I mean? Like, within like, with like 5 Amazon purchases, you can scientifically prove the curvature of the earth very quick. And people have died trying to prove the contrary. People have fucking died. It's baffling. I died. I'm sorry to hear that. This is how they did one of the practical effects for Project Hail Mary. Oh, dude, yeah, look at this. So this is the shot. I'm going to show the shot first. This is the astrophage. If you haven't seen it, I won't give anything away. And this is practical. This is not CGI. They did it like this. Crazy. Like, this movie is an engineering marvel. It's crazy. I don't even want to show the puppetry. The puppetry is so over the top. What the fuck? See, that's the other thing. I think a lot of people weren't focusing on how actually impressive this movie is. Like, the puppeteer, and I don't want to give away why there's a puppeteer, but the puppeteer who worked on this film, the main puppeteer, worked with his puppet for a full year to get the motion right before they started filming. That is such a labor of love. That's such intense focus and commitment, which is also, I don't know if you guys know this, they used his voice for the character, probably because he works so fucking hard. And if that's not enough, you know, the inside of the spaceship, they didn't CGI any of that. They fucking built it. They
Oh, yeah,
fucking
wow, that's
built
very
this
cool.
shit like Event Horizon. Amaze. That's awesome. That is filmmaking craft. And I'm going to tell you right now, this kind of shit is so cool because to all my CGI artists, I love you. I wish you the best, but there is so much filmmaking craft that goes into this. This is the dying art. This is animating on cell. You know what I mean? This is hand-drawn cell animation. This is, you don't see this shit anymore, man. It's so cool. It takes innovative thinking. It takes problem solving. It takes top of the market. It's so neat. Ryan said in an interview the puppeteer became just so in character he could alibi any or ad-lib any response to anything he said and became the voice actor as well. Yeah, I mean, that's the coolest part. That they decided to go with the puppeteer as the voice actor. I love that. Incredible. Adam Savage did BTS. It's on YouTube. I don't want to watch the BTS yet for this reason. I think it gives too much away. I really would like people to go into this movie without expectations. And we all saw it. That is not true. One's in chat if you have not seen Project Hail Mary yet. I guarantee you there's at least 100 people that here that haven't seen it. Yeah, there you go. 100? 100's a significant amount of people. Trash movie? You really think so? I listen, please don't gang up on this person. I would like to know, Blonde Faces, what about the film did you really made you think that it was like a horrible project? And this is, my tone when I'm like smashing someone. I really would just like to, I'd like the insight of what you saw in this project that you were like garbage, terrible. Because I understand maybe if someone saw it and was like, it wasn't my favorite movie, and like maybe gave it like a 7 or something, but the attitude of you just being like unwatchable, there's something that I'm not picking up on. So what was it during your watch that made you feel as though it was a trash movie? Do you think it'll be nominated for any Oscars? Yes, I think it'll be nominated for 3 at least. I think it'll be nominated for Best Effects. I think it'll be nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, and then the costuming as well could maybe.
Oh, yeah,
I think there are a few
that's
other
very
categories
cool.
there that it
Neff
could.
been here a long time, bro.
hit.
Hope to be around a lot longer. Thanks for the good times during the bad times.
Oh, thank you so much. Did that person never write again? Did they get scared? I didn't mean to scare them. I really wanted an honest take. That's a shame. I really wanted their insight. What do you think of the sound design? Yeah, that's another one. I love the book and movie, but one issue was the overuse of the Dutch angle. I know what you're saying, but I can literally pick out a few of the Dutch angles, and they use the Dutch angle a lot to perform match cuts with him being at strange positions in space. So I thought it was really impressive. Like the one time he's like sitting on the floor and then they Dutch to the classroom to match him kind of being weightless in space. I don't think that was an overuse. I think that was a masterful use, in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, that's kind of being like, I like Shohei Ohtani, but he hits too many home runs. Can you explain the Dutch angle? Sure. That's a Dutch angle. When the camera is like slightly askew. And it's to give the viewer kind of like an off balance sense. Did that person ever write back? That sucks that they didn't. Just watch Battlefield Earth real. Did anybody else hate it? This is not me trying to march you out in front of a firing line. This is just kind of like, if there was anyone else that really hated it. Okay, I need your take on this. And you sent some random music video. No. Amaze. I had a disagreement with the last 10 minutes or so. Okay, that's actually a good note. That's actually a good note. I think that was a good note because I think that the end felt a little convenient. But again, it wouldn't be enough to leave a bad taste in my mouth going into a feel-good movie. See, like, I think a note like that is much more palatable than just being like, I hate it. Did you go into it knowing it'd be a feel-good movie? No, I went into it knowing almost nothing, but I put it together kind of early on. My only criticism of the movie, and this is highly subjective, is I think they could have taken out a few of the more of the jokes, comedic moments. Most of them were cute and fun, but they were approaching Marvel BS comedy. Well, again, I think this is an issue of, can you have cute humor in a movie that is done well versus done poorly? And I think a lot of my criticism with Marvel humor is that it's simply not funny. I like the difference between a Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor for Love and Thunder or whatever is that Love and Thunder tries to be Guardians of the Galaxy. It just doesn't work. The humor just falls flat. And ultimately, I felt like there was quite a bit of cute humor in the movie, but I think the majority of it really hit. Like I honestly found myself guffawing a lot. You know what I mean? Like I was like, that's cute. That's cute. That's funny. Like, if something legitimately makes you smile, I don't think you have to sit there and be like, wow, there shouldn't be this much smiling in a movie. So I kind of have a different take on that. I think, again, the example I give is like Iron Giant, right? Like Iron Giant, I feel like if it came out today, a lot of people would be like, feel good slop. And I'm like, well, no. A lot of it is cutesy, but it's done very well. Anyway. Feel good slop. Dude, the slop being used ubiquitously is tiresome. Everything is some degree of slop now. I feel like there's some Zoomer who's going to go in and get like quadruple bypass surgery on his failing heart and come out and be like, ugh, medical slop. It's like, no, that's a miracle, brother. That's a fucking miracle. Miracle slop. Heartfelt maxing. Heart fail maxing. That's so funny. I think the biggest thing that most people miss with Thor Love and Thunder is the movie is being told by Krog from his perspective. He is an unreliable narrator who is ridiculous. So the whole story was as well more so than usual.
Cool.
Right.
Does the movie have a pan flute solo?
No, it does not, regretfully. I'll be honest, I don't hate Love and Thunder as much as a lot of people do. I thought Love and Thunder was like down the pipe. I'd probably give it like a high 6, low 7. Some people fucking hate that movie. I just use it as an example because it is so unanimously hated, even within the Marvel community. So I kind of use it as a benchmark that people can relate to. I don't hate it as much as a lot of other people, though. The book is honestly also written this way. The constant wisecracking in all serious situations. It is a coping mechanism for Grace, and it is pointed out and exaggerated as the book is from his POV, well written. On screen in this medium, some may find it harder to swallow, I guess. Again, I ultimately think that most people's gripes with this movie is going to be lobster too buttery, bitch too thick. I just think it's people being contrary to a lot of people enjoying it. I also have this feeling that science fiction runs into this interesting conundrum of like true science fiction fans think that general audiences can't consume sci-fi. Like it's a genre that's too smart for them. And so you almost get this like Rick and Morty turning of the core audience when too many people enjoy it, right? Like when it disseminates to too wide an audience and too many people enjoy it, there's like a hard line sci-fi audience that is like, surely this isn't intellectual enough for me. Honestly, if you are a lobster, if your lobster is too buttery, that does distract from the subtle notes of the sea. Someone shoot that guy. You're just talking about Reddit losers. Listen, I think that those people exist outside of Reddit too. I'm so curious if you cried. I did not cry. I definitely felt my heartstrings being tugged on. But I'll be honest, I think I had taken an edible or two, and I think I was just like so into the visuals of it as well that maybe I didn't allow myself a chance to weep. Dude, I had an awesome day yesterday. Moving on, I'll just tell you, I took Caroline to pickleball. We rocked it. I played, I think, 8 games. Clean sheet, didn't lose one. Absolutely smashed it. And then I took Hannah and David, the crew that helps Hassan and I, out to dinner. And we got some of my favorite ramen, and then we got crepes, which were fucking incredible. And then I went home, took an edible, and went to the movie. It was a very nice little Saturday. Didn't some Epstein guy just die in a freak pickleball accident? I'm not a hero. I'm pickleball's dark defender. Pickleball vengeance. No, I was nowhere near. I think it was Charlie Kirk's mentor, not Epstein guy, that died playing pickleball, but I was nowhere near that court. I'm pickleball's dark defender. How's the diet going, big dog? Pretty good. I haven't been as consistent, but I still am losing weight and still gaining muscle, which is great. Oh, here's a clip from The Wilder Side. I don't know what clip this is. Let's take a look. The Wilder Side was very funny.
Just snaking.
You're not trolling. Wait, you was dead ass shooting the window.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not troll?
No.
You're a fucking menace to society, gang. What the fuck is that? Bro.
No, like some street cleaner had to clean that shit up. Cause I know Will Neff's sperm swims. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit survives. Like it doesn't have the same half-life as the rest of our sperm. Like he's got that Viking DNA, y'all. He's got that Viking DNA, and I know that sperm survives post exiting the body for way
Right.
longer than the average person. And so I know that shit was just swimming and moving about. It you know, like you know, like the you know that one character from Sky High, the one motherfucker who like becomes liquid. That's how I imagine his sperm moves. You know what I mean? Like it's like a moving
Wow.
sludge, and it just like
Christian, I'm 36. I have one viable sperm left in my body. No, they were all, dude, the Wilder side was out of control. I was doing my best to be a good, ejaculating astrophage. I was trying my best to be a good mentor and friend to everybody, but I needed to relate to them. And they were all talking about jerking off. And I was like, well, when I was like 13, 14 years old, I used to just jerk off out the window. And no, it wasn't into the street. I lived in the fucking attic and I had no insulation. It was cold as shit. And I would just come into my backyard basically. But I did so because I thought like jerking off into a sock or like coming on myself was so gross. And so it was like very efficient for me to just come out the window. I'm not gonna lie though, like everybody did weird dumb shit when they were 14.
Oh yeah, wow.
You know what I
that's so
mean?
cool.
Everybody
So your
did.
sperm is like Alex Mack for the secret world of Alex
Sure.
Mack.
Everybody did strange shit when they were first discovering that they could masturbate. You know what I mean? That was me when I like first was discovering my penis. Where I was like, ew, cum socks, that's horrible. I'm just gonna fucking pop open my back window and what are we doing? Where are we going? That's the goal now. All right, I feel bad that that one person sent a music link and I immediately said no, so I'll give it a chance. Okay. You jerking out a window is crazy. Is it any crazier than jerking off into a sock? Or like on the ground? I just thought it was efficient. Can I be honest? I was just grossed out by cum. Like I liked jerking off. I just was grossed out by cum. So I just like didn't want to touch it. Your poor neighbors? It was my backyard. If jerking off out a window is crazy, lock me up. You know what's crazy though? All these fucking dudes in chat will come on a woman's face, no thought, right? Like, oh, dude, that's awesome. But me trying to be efficient, coming out a window is a bridge too far. Oh no, he came in the grass. Terrible. Let me just fucking beg my girlfriend to come on her face. Ow! You know what I mean? Fuck you. I'm a hero. This is not it. With peace and love. Check out this sick catch. What are we doing? Where are we going?
Here it comes. And that's
Pop up right field.
Garcia in a couple of steps. He lost it.
There is no fucking way.
The sun. McCutcheon around. He'll score. And a gift run for the Rangers.
What the fuck happened?
Adolis Garcia had it.
Did he blind himself? That is
Here it comes. And that's in the air out to right field. Garcia.
This move is what's crazy. Falling down like that is what's crazy. It happens, right? It does happen, but usually it happens because you misjudge your glove.
Garcia.
His like legs give out.
In a couple of steps, he lost it in the sun.
I'm a stud. I'm ballsy.
That's
I don't
crazy.
take no shit from anyone.
Will, did your parents ever ask why the grass grew faster under your window?
No. Peach exposed you in her new video at 9 minutes and 34
Everyone
seconds.
on the internet has been telling me to release the files. Everyone wants us to release our private DMs to make sure that we're not doing anything.
See what my DN with Peach was.
Baldur's Gate.
What's baby steps? Probably nothing bad. Oh, nice cheeked up. Okay.
Okay. I don't know which one that is. I don't know how that got into. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, Orc Massage.
Orc Massage looks fun. I would play that.
And two of my friends have played it recently. Who is it?
Father Billy?
So that's Will Neff. And
Yeah.
oh my God, that's my Twitch mod.
Yeah. That's right. I have played Orc Massage.
What is Orc Massage?
I have not caught. I've always been open about this. I've always said that I've played Orc Massage. In fact, when I first met Rage, he was like, "What are your favorite games of all time?" I was like, Chrono Trigger, Metal Gear Solid, Orc Massage.
How do I women orcs massage?
You're the orc in the game? You play as the orc?
Hey, look.
I bet you anything that guy played Orc Massage.
I feel like this is more embarrassing for Will Neff more than me.
No.
He's like 4.5 hours.
Wow, that's
I had to beat it.
actually that's not a low amount.
That one's blackmail. Okay, which other one do I have?
I beat it. Yeah, it's a double entendre, baby. Gotta beat the game.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is a field lecture. This is a field lecture. Yeah. This is a hotel. This is a hotel. Yeah. You may notice you behave differently in that.
Nobody from Ohio. Thank you.
Quieter.
Whoa, she's doing sets now.
Like someone
Thank you,
might-
Michael.
Someone might be.
Did you get
Like
any
someone
far
might be-
distance shooting out the window though? Mod check.
Did I get what?
in the hall. Yeah. Even when you're alone. You may look at yourself longer than usual. Just to see if you're still you. You're still you. You're still you. Me look. I left you a glass of the goo on your nightstand.
The goo?
Enjoy.
Gordon fucking Freeman, thank you.
Years of laughs and movie nights.
Welcome back. This is a field lecture.
Damn, I didn't even notice it had looped. Orb Mommy's got that hold on me. The balls are just... Oh, what the fuck?
I'm gonna get teabagged.
Classic, bro. That's classic, chat.
Is it a good angle?
That's oh my god. That's absolute sorry. That's absolute classic, bro.
Am I gonna get rich like this?
Goonjin.
Jester Max saying, "Hey, Big Willie, bop or ban? All I ask is that you give it 33 seconds." I mean, wait. Oh no, I lost the link. Where'd it go? All right, Jester Maxing. I'll give it a dance. Love a good falsetto. I feel like this is like if Hobo Johnson went a totally different way. Like if Hobo Johnson got really into the Matrix instead of mushrooms. Okay, I'll give it a dance. Okay. Still a ban? I don't think it's a ban. I think it's decent. I mean, it's not really my shit, but I like that part. Like the kind of like metal tone in there. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like industrial techno. I mean, this shit's gonna go crazy at Warped Tour. All right, I wanted to watch something with you guys.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
My mom won't let me listen to this.
Dude, I wanted to. Oh, Jason. Shit, where is it? Fuck. Yeah, okay. I wanted to give a shout out to a channel that has started doing stuff for us. Neff Archives. I've been watching Neff Archives. They've been doing a great job with my content. I might need to reach out to Neff Archives and bring them on the team because they've been doing a great job. And they edited something that, so also go follow Neff Archives for some stuff that if you like all things Neff, they've been doing a great job grabbing Neff content from other places. This is some stuff that you guys definitely did not see. This is the commentary I did over the Jason the Ween stream. And I didn't really ever talk about it. I kind of just did it. But I did 2 hours of commentary over the Jason the Ween stream that Neff Archives condensed to like 15 minutes. And I wanted to watch a little bit of it with you guys because I thought they did a great job. And I was watching this at the gym and we never really talked about it or like watched it. And I was laughing my ass off. I was like, I kind of snapped on this. So yeah, check this out. We're going to watch a little bit of this.
My name is famous documentarian Werner Herzog. When Jason originally asked me to do DVD-style commentary for his survival stream, I assumed that he would possess amazing survival skills.
Oh my God.
Watching him for the last 24 hours, I have been gripped with a fear that tensed my butthole up in an unforgivable way. He will surely die on this island. But I assume that because it is in the pursuit of charity, that we are supposed to be okay with watching a small Asian boy starve to death, cold and alone on an island.
Nothing happened.
Watching him fruitlessly toss rocks at a coconut has made me more depressed than watching old footage of the Hindenburg blimp catch fire and crash into the earth.
I don't even know what
the funniest part about this was I didn't tell anybody I was doing this, really. I never announced it was me. And I just kind of came on and did it and was having... This was one of those things where I was a little stoned and I was like, I'm just going to have fun with this. Fuck it.
But...
Look at him. He's trying to project aura.
I don't know what you're saying right now, but
missing his stone over and over and over and over and over again. Not even he believes that he will enjoy the delicious and healthy fruit of one of those coconuts.
Whoever it is, you're a
Again, he fails. Again. Like Sisyphus pushing a boulder up the side of a mountain. Never will he enjoy the delicious and refreshing coconut milk this offer has to provide. Again, he fails. Hope collapses. Chat is gripped with a fear. Are we watching a man die?
I hit it.
Again, he fails. I did not even have to wait to see if the coconut connected with the rock. I knew it was going to be a failure before the rock left his hand. He has no confidence left in his body. Cold, hungry, scared, slightly erect. As an onlooker, I'm forced to wonder, how long will he throw rocks at these coconuts? Surely he'll climb the tree eventually. Surely he'll just go up and get a coconut.
Do you think Jason's chat understood the Werner Herzog reference? Absolutely fucking not, which is why it was funnier for me to stay in character the entire time and never reveal that it was me. It was infinitely more funny that I'm sure there was at least like 100 people in that chat that were like, who the fuck is Werner Herzog? And like looked it up and were like, is this old German man actually streaming with, he must be, you know what I mean? Like they're just young enough and they don't really understand clout, or like that there are people that don't care about clout in the world, that I'm sure there were at least 100 Zoomers that were like, oh yeah, he's streaming with Werner Herzog.
To Madness Reigns.
Could Jason, Madness Reigns, let's go. Could Jason hear you? No, he couldn't. Thank you for the hype train, by the way, guys.
Somehow he managed to get one of the rocks stuck in the tree. That rock will live up there.
A long tree branch is not doing anything.
Away from its family. Perhaps a long stick. Or some kind of poking device. No.
Maybe.
He is committed to the rocks. This is his
But if I'm not able to climb here,
he touches the tree.
This is high risk
as
right
the
here.
coconut tree has become
Very
his bitch
risk.
lover. She neglects him, and in that neglect, a fondness grows. Surely she will give me the wealth of her delicious coconut flesh, only to be turned away again. A cock on an island.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. I can't do that. I can't do that. Not my body.
Oh my God.
No.
I did not
I don't know how the little kids on that one video did it, but I am not one of them. Not one of them.
Oh God.
I threw in a Madness
I feel
Reigns.
my soul turn cold as he picks up another stone, going back to his rock throwing method. It makes you wonder where a 20-year-old streamer developed such confidence to go into the wild
bro.
without any survival skills whatsoever. Like a newborn babe, shot out of the womb, covered in placenta, and dropped on a desert island, he is now forced to survive. I fear that soon the island will be out of rocks.
I'm gonna try and hit it one more time, but
That was my favorite line. I fear that soon the island will be out of rocks is so fucking funny. By the way, I did this for 2 hours and they just condensed it to 16 minutes because I wanted there to be like long patches of silence in between my commentary.
He looks at the phone on his wrist as if there will be coconuts there. Sadly, chat can give him so much, but a delicious coconut is not one of those things that they can give.
coconut, bro.
Well
this coconut
said.
would literally hit so
He
good.
simply utters coconut, the object of his desire. He does not have the energy to meme or to make a joke or to say something witty because his body is starving.
What do I do? It's so high up, man. Coconut.
He beckons to the heavens, what should I do? When the answer is literally anything than standing on a beach, throwing rocks into the air. You must try to be proactive. You must survive. Tap into your epigenetic memories. Climb a tree. Find a stick. Bash a fish on the head with a rock. Literally anything other than what you're doing now. And again, he throws a rock.
Bro, there's not sticks long enough for that.
There are thousands of sticks long enough for that. I am worried that soon Jason will discover that any coconuts he finds on the ground have a high likelihood of already being spoiled. Drinking spoiled coconut milk will grip his mind faster than when the first
Stick to your
caveman
right?
saw a saber-toothed
That stick
tiger
is not
in
reaching.
pursuit. He will quickly
coconut
become
tree.
mad, and a rotten
You guys are
coconut
fine, that shit
will
is not
force
reaching.
all that is left in his
Not
body
long enough.
out of his ass like a high-pressurized fire hydrant.
So you're telling me these sticks, right here, these brittle sticks.
That was not a stick, but in fact a long
Madness reigns.
coconut frond.
Thank you, Chunky Spaceman. W Chunky Spaceman, one of the most integral people behind the scenes to make this stream work. Everybody give some love to Chunky Spaceman. Thank you so much, Chunky.
I am terrified to know that Jason does not know the difference between a stick
Oh,
and
yeah,
a
wow.
White
that's
people,
very
Dini,
cool.
thank you
White
for giving the hype train
people _ Dini gifted a
alive.
tier 1 sub to
I'm gonna
Tagalog
go.
_ pasta.
I'm
They
playing
have
the
given
action.
153 gift subs in the channel.
Go this way.
A plan has formed. Jason will use the long stick to retrieve a coconut.
I don't think it's gonna reach, man. I don't think it's gonna reach.
It in fact did reach.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's very cool.
I am
Mag,
absolutely dying
thank
here.
you.
Perfectly
Oh, you're done. I'm
executed.
glad you guys are laughing at this. I was excited to show this because this is something we never watched on stream.
Now it is just a matter of smacking the nuts with a stick. Like German cock and ball torture. Progress is slow and grueling, but hope springs eternal. Soon our hero would be able to feast upon a coconut. To any chatter watching this
You did this live? I did this live, yeah.
stream with the volume on and their parents in the other room.
This was so
This
good.
definitely sounds like an erotic gay pornography. It's getting worse. It stands to wonder why on a beach filled with coconuts, Jason has chosen the two most unripe ones.
Attach a knife to it?
Not ready to fall at all.
Chat, am I?
Thank you, Co. Thank you for everybody for supporting the hype train. I appreciate you guys. Use those primes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Am I close or not?
Literally green.
Game plan. New game plan. I'm gonna tie a machete to it. Or maybe a knife.
Out of total desperation, a horrible plan has formed.
That could be dangerous. I've never done that before, though.
It will very likely be dangerous.
Now, if I
Thank
keep
you for
hitting
those
with the stick
bits.
over and over again, like, I might get it, no?
No. Perhaps
Like a
Jack
small
could
nut.
instruct him to find another tree with much more ripe coconuts that will fall when struck with a stick.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's very cool.
I'm
Thank you,
dying
thank you,
laughing.
thank you.
Amazing.
D Machine 52 and
yeah, wow,
Code
that's so
Ya.
cool.
Thank you.
I think those are way too tall.
The camera reveals a clutch of delicious coconuts, just feet out of reach.
Oh! Oh!
Oh
Damn.
no. Tragedy has struck.
Slippery
It
rocks.
seems as though
Oh, she
the
got
embarrassment has bruised more deeply than the rock that has struck his hip. We have reached rock bottom, both literally and figuratively. As a humble German narrator, I could not have it on my conscience when I met St. Peter after my life that I let this tiny man starve to death. So, from the heavens, I have decided to send aid.
Wow. Y'all really made me walk all the way here for no reason.
He's mad at Chat as though he
What's
had
up?
something else to do on this island. Chat has given him false hope, as the airdrop is not due for another few minutes,
I am.
only further crushing his spirit.
Did I just get baited? Wow. I mean, I was gonna go back anyways. There's nothing over there. No more coconuts.
He called all of Chat a piece of
Oh, yeah, wow.
to
that's very
pluralize
cool.
all of us as one piece of felt harsh but fair.
Quasi, thank you so much. To pluralize all of chat as one piece of shit felt harsh but fair. Dude, I was cackling in the gym. I was like, man, Will, you were stoned. What the fuck are you even talking about, bro? I love that. I love that I did this. I love that I was just like, yeah, fuck it. I'll help with the stream. I'm not going to announce shit. I'm not going to tweet shit. I'm not even going to tell chatters that it's me. I'm just going to fucking show up ripped out of my skull and have fun.
Would it be too cruel to perhaps airdrop him a single coconut? What would that do to his mind? What would that do to his spirit?
Bro, y'all better not be planning some evil shit.
As a humble narrator, I think the best option.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's
Comrade
very cool.
Boog.
Comrade
Thank you.
Boog gifted a tier 1 sub to Adon VT.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's very cool.
Comrade Boog gifted a tier 1 sub to Firecloak.
Was the voiceover live on Jason's stream? Yes. His whole chat could hear it.
yeah,
You could
wow,
see
that's very
them
cool.
reacting
Mr.
to
Neff,
it.
have you seen the Japanese game show episode on Moist Critical's other channel?
No, I haven't seen it. I gotta check it out. But like I would say 80% of chat really liked it, and 20% were like, "Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Who is this guy? What a loser! Not funny, cringe!" And that's why I leaned into it even harder.
B, for Jason to climb the coconut tree. Perhaps he's heard of the method of tying your shoes together to create more friction between your shoes and the tree. Like some Sherpa climber in the frozen north. Like a scorned ex-girlfriend seeking approval from her crestfallen ex, we return to the pole.
We return to the pole is so fucking good. God, I was cooking.
The coconuts are not in the phone. The method is getting better. Hope swells within the chat.
Is that a drone? Is that a care package drone? I don't know what to do, man. Those coconuts, bro.
Despair. Seeing Jason like this, we had to lend aid. From production, a gift from the heavens, like Prometheus stealing fire from the gods.
Don't troll me.
So too will we give Jason an advantage.
Oh my god. It's petroleum, jelly, and the flint. It resorted to this, bro? Did it actually resort to this?
Yes, it resorted to this. Like Minecraft Steve. Jason now possessed flint and steel.
There's like a thing right here.
There's like a thing
boil it in this
right
guy?
here.
Okay, in this next session, you can tell how stoned I am because Jason starts saying things that are like laughably not survival coded, and I just break. You can hear me totally break in this next part.
Oh no.
Whatever could this mean? Yes, it is surely metal.
Will it won't melt it, right?
No,
get
it will definitely
Sorry, guys. I got
not melted.
Narrator funny. Yo, bro. Yo, Will. I don't know. You think you got jokes, Will? You think you got jokes? You think you're funny, bro?
I don't know who he is addressing. This is famous documentarian Werner Herzog. But this real person sounds like he is phenomenally handsome and is well hung as well. I don't know why, I just get that vibe.
Phenomenally handsome and well hung as well. Ripped. Stoned.
That shit kind of deep, man. Sissy boy.
That's what she said. I'm sorry, chaps. A noise so cacophonously terrible that it makes my butthole shrivel to ashes, like a toucan taking its final breath after contracting avian AIDS. The
Oh yeah, wow, that's so cool.
What was I
We need more of
talking
this
about?
ASAP.
Like a toucan taking its final breath after contracting avian AIDS.
Week of the bow drill annihilates my eardrums. Ah, God, it's horrible. Why must he persist? He has a flint now. Is it ego?
Yo, guys, I'm sorry.
Pride?
I'm sorry. Guys, I'm sorry.
If Jason manages to start a fire, his confidence will swell, and his probability of surviving will go up exponentially.
I don't even remember if I could do it with the flint, bro. Oh my God.
Is this for real reading the directions for a survival device during his survival run? I cannot believe this is happening. For those watching at home, the correct method is to collect kindling, potentially dried out coconut shavings, and put them on a small and dry piece of wood. Then
I'm gonna grab a Red Bull real quick. 2 seconds.
By using the friction of the machete on the ferro rod, create
Toby,
sparks that catch in the
Toby, I see
coconut
you in the
shavings
chat,
or
man.
kindling. Blow
Get
into
this fire
them
started.
until you have a small flame,
Okay.
and then stack small sticks atop that kindling.
Tinder. I thought you go with a small fire, and then you add sticks to the pile, and then you add logs, and then boom, that's your fire.
Boom, that's your fire.
Oh, like a brother, I ain't built for this survival shit. You know that's
Chat
what I
might
realized. Man.
single-handedly be saving Jason's life right now.
This is so sad, man. I wanted that bow drill so bad, bro.
A fear begins to creep in that the ferro rod might also not be enough for a
Hey, but
fire.
outdoor boys
in
be
which
using this,
case,
so.
tragedy. This dude really thinks he's one of the outdoor boys.
Okay, who's this?
More like a backyard boy.
Who's this?
Watching Jason in this moment, a dark question began to form in my mind. Did he even really want to survive? Or was he just griefing? Everybody sent him positive energy. He cannot handle the crushing reality that if he does not get this fire started today, his chances of remaining on the island are almost nil. Here we go.
Vaseline cap was
The
open.
collected
I'm a
bated
dumb
breath
fuck.
of 41,000 people
Holy
watch on
shit, now there's mad sand in it.
as
I don't
our
think it
hero
really matters like that, but
tries to start a
Yeah,
fire.
that's annoying. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. That shit took way less effort. Oh my god, bro.
He must act quickly
Holy
now.
fire! Fire!
Jubilation.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I needed that. Oh my god, bro. Fire!
Like a primitive Hephaestus.
Holy
Fire on the beach. Confidence renewed.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We have fire.
In this moment, a collective thought grips the mind of over 40,000.
Holy shit, man.
Perhaps Jason can survive.
Oh my god, my fire died. Yo, wait. My fire died. Yo, wait, what? I don't understand. Yo,
Despair.
Am I stupid, bro? Yo.
Madness reigns. All the hope that we once felt has been replaced with dread. Surely the fire will keep this time.
Wait, bro, what? Oh my god. Bro, what? I'm lightheaded. My fire's out. Oh.
Despair
Wait, I'm so
again.
lost. Bro, I was trying to do the crossover method.
What the is the crossover method?
No, wait.
Perhaps chat should let him know that he still has hot embers in the fire pit that he can use to keep the fire going. Or he can just walk away into the distance, I suppose. I leave you here, but I know that with a little help from chat, he'll be able to start this fire, and he'll be able to survive. With that, I leave you. Goodbye, and good luck on the island.
Do you not know the lyrics to Snake Eater yet? Awesome. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to watch that. That was dope. Guys, do Neff Archive a favor. Go subscribe to them and go leave a comment on this video. Let's go juice them up a little bit, shall we? That was so good. You're inspired. Dude, when I can just lock in and do improv without having to like think about reading a chat or anything, I can lock in pretty hard. I can lock that shit in pretty hard. This would have been generational, someone says. They would have been a great super bat. Superman, the Man of Steel, 1997, director Steven Spielberg. Oh, this was the cast? Ooh. And then this would have been the Superbat pairing. Ooh. That would have been pretty good. Could you do that since you were a kid? You know what's really interesting? I remember the first time that I knew that I had like I could like perform was because I would play with toys a lot. I don't know if kids play with toys at all anymore, but I loved action figures. I fucking loved action figures. And I would play with action figures with my friends, and I would do all the voices. Like I could do like the Ninja Turtles, and I could do Shredder, and I could do like some of the Street Sharks and stuff. And I remember I told my friend, I'd be like, do the voice. Like you have Raphael, do the Raphael voice. Do Krang. And he was like, I can't do voices. And I was like, what do you mean you can't do voices? He's like, I can't do that. He's like, will you do the voices for me? So I would do the voices from all my friends when we were playing with toys. And that was like the first time I started like doing characters. I remember that vividly. I was probably like 7. But that was like the first time I knew that I was like good at it. What is this? What is this? That shit is so... Bro. Hitting that breakdance step. God damn. She's about to bust a windmill down. Fire. Yes, I saw the Yukon shot. I did. Hey, Will, don't know if this is your vibe, but could you... cool music video. Okay, we'll check it out. Big Bad Toy Store, Ninja Turtles, Leonardo. Wow. That is a cool toy. Add to cart. All right, we'll check this music video out. Did you go to any other school besides Groundlings? Yes, I went to Second City, UCB, Groundlings. Trying to think if there were any like other quick ones I went to. Those are the 3 main ones I went to. But I graduated from Second City and I performed at Second City. And then I was set to graduate from Groundlings. I was at the top level. I was going to join the Sunday Company, and then COVID happened. So I made it the whole way through the hardest comedy school in the world. And I was like set to join Sunday Company, and then COVID happened, and I became a streamer, and I just have never had time to go back. They've actually, I still have a great relationship with Groundlings, and I've helped them with a few things, and they are aware of me because anytime a Groundling essentially becomes like famous, they're aware of that. And I wasn't a Groundling. Let me mind you that, but I was pretty, well known at the school. And so they always are like, I have one last thing I have to do to join the company, basically. Like I have to go back and do like kind of one last thing, and then I could join. And I've just never done it. And COVID fucked up their whole scheduling. So they'll send me an email once every few months, and they'll be like, do you want to come back? And I've always considered it, but I'm going to be honest. If I did that, I would leave streaming. This would be done. I would go back to my improv world and not do this anymore. So I don't know. There's a feeling that like one day I would want to do it, because I'll be honest, I'm really good at comedy. I'm really good at improv comedy in particular, and it does feel like a waste, but I do really appreciate being able to provide for my family and do things like help with the farm and help my cousin with her divorce and help my other cousin with his cancer stuff. And that's like very important to me. So, I feel like I have a unique opportunity to take care of myself and my loved ones by streaming. And so I always feel like I'm kind of on a parallel path with like what I was supposed to do, but I still get to make thousands of people laugh. What are you looking for? A stand-up career, acting, SNL? I'm going to be honest. I don't really care. My thing was always, I just loved making people laugh. It's the only thing I've ever really felt like satiated me. And so it's the only thing I've ever really wanted to do professionally my entire life. If you look at my 5th grade yearbook, my mom is always really proud of this. They asked kids what they wanted to be when they grow up. And everybody was like, doctor, astronaut. And mine was, I want to host SNL. So my dream up until I was like 27 years old was just be on SNL, like exclusively. That was the only thing I ever wanted to do. And then they stole stuff from me, which was really hard to like process. It really felt it was a really crushing moment. No way. We've been over this a few times. Like we actually did the side by side of the sketches, and you know what's really interesting? What they steal, in particular, this one sketch about
oh yeah, wow, that's
like
very cool.
a guy dying and having final requests. And I was up for candidacy at the time. It's really interesting. We showed the 2 sketches side by side on Hassan's stream because Hassan was like a pop-in streamer at the time, and I was like a 50 viewer fuck ass. And because I was a 50 viewer fuck ass, everybody was like, "This kid's inflated ego. Like SNL didn't steal from him. Fuck that guy." And I kind of was like, maybe I was wrong, like me. And then SNL got caught stealing a bunch of other shit in the years following. And then everybody kind of came around to the fact that SNL stole a lot of shit. And so kind of like retroactively, I was vindicated, which felt nice. But yeah, the sketch that was taken was like these 2 bank robbers, and one of them is bleeding out, and he's like, the guy's like, "Oh, you're gonna make it." He's like, "I'm not gonna fucking make it, but I'm gonna ask you to do." Second City is in Chicago. Yes, Second City is in Chicago, and UCB is in NYC. No, UCB is also in LA. And so I'm like bleeding out, and I like ask him to like, check in on my wife. And then the requests keep getting like more and more like degenerate and lewd. And it ends up like me requesting him to go to Zurich and go into a lockbox where I have like a bunch of scat porn in a lockbox that I don't want him to find. And SNL took the sketch and changed the characters to be in a World War I bunker, and instead of scat porn, it's a dildo. It's like but it's the same sketch. It's the same exact sketch. So anyway.
Oh yeah, wow, that's very cool.
Whatever you decide to do in the future, I hope you know how much of an impact you've had on
Thank
so
you.
many of us. I named my firstborn son after you, for God's sake. BTW, he's almost 3 and the absolute best little boy.
Dude, that's awesome. That's so cool. That's so cool. we gotta send that kid something. I just don't know what I would send a 3-year-old that wouldn't ruin him. I gotta wait till he's has like object permanence, and then we gotta send him some stuff. A Farley plush? That is a really good idea. Do you want a Do you have a Farley plush already?
My son's name is
Lauren,
William as
if
well.
you don't have a Farley plush, send Tifa. God, no. If you don't have a Farley plush, hit up Haas or Naisu and we'll get you one. At the very least. At the very least. And then as he gets older, we'll send him cooler stuff.
Ballsy.
Yeah, go
I don't
ahead.
take no shit from anyone.
Will we appreciate your humor and your time and hope we never lose your talent, but I ask from all of chat before you leave, please end streaming showing your butthole.
I mean, I have to end that way, right? I just got to spread cheeks and show butthole for my last one. Like force Dan Clancy's hand. You know, dude, you know what it would be like? Have you ever seen The Watchmen? You know how Rorschach is like walking up to Dr. Manhattan. He's like, do it. Come on. Do it. It's just me facing away from the camera, ass cheek spread, butthole on reveal. Dan Clancy on the phone. Do it. Lifetime ban me. I could never come back. Just do it. I just vaporize. This video is dope. Where is this from? Libya? That's dope. The Libyans! That was dope. I'll put that in chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe I've already been streaming for 2 hours. God damn. Dude, it always feels nice to come back from a break. I need to take more breaks, man. I need to take more day off. Said no streamer fucking ever. Peanut sent a message that just said free speech is dead. And he got a message from Twitch saying, are you sure you want to send this? Will's come clogging up that street cleaner. they banned his chat. That shit's too fucking funny. Don't restrict my free speech. Don't restrict my free speech. All right, we're on episode 4 of Alone, right? You guys want to watch one episode of Alone before I do some gaming tonight? Would that be good for you guys? But I know you're all going to ask for Uno Mas, but it's Sunday. I wasn't even going to stream tonight. I'm not even supposed to be here. But I'd be down to watch one. No Wake? I know. I already miss Wake. Yeah, go ahead.
Love you, man.
Thank you.
You make the nights chill and cozy.
Thank you.
Ty for being awesome.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm very proud of this community. I'm very proud of what we've built. It's moments like the Jason stream where I look back and I kind of do like the Ronald Reagan where I'm like, you know what? All in all, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Pretty funny, Will. That was pretty funny. Okay. Craig gameplay, Will. God damn it. You're all bots, aren't you? Quick song guess? All right, let's do it. Ooh. I think that's the Roundabout. Roundabout by Yes. Why isn't it coming up? Do they not have any songs by Yes? I'm just gonna. Oh fuck. Oh. That's Goo Goo Dolls. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand.
Yes. Life of a shitty job and few too many moments with friends. This stream is special, and I hope you keep doing you less than 3.
Dude, Maddie, thank you. Guys, I'm not going to quit streaming, okay? Can you do the Tucker Carlson again? What are we doing? Why are you asking that? That's the goal now. Everybody just wants to hear Tucker. What are we doing? Where are we going? No, I won't quit streaming. I like streaming too much. I do need to go back to Groundlings though. It's a shame of mine. Honestly, can I be honest? Can I be real? There's trauma there. There's trauma. It was just another thing where I was like, I'm so close. I'm so close to my goal. I'm there. And then the big, long, fucking fat, infectious dick of COVID fucked me up the ass so hard. I remember just being like, one more class and the school's closed.
I don't take no shit from anyone.
Before you stream alone, can you please react to Moist Critical Japanese game show?
No.
It's on the other channel and Matt from 24 Hour Tag is in it. I promise it is worth the 30 minutes and it's censored.
30 minutes? What the fuck? He has a second I don't even know where to look. What is Charlie's second channel? Japanese game show Charlie. What is his other channel? It's called The Other Channel? And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. We played Jeopardy again. We finally got serious. Bro, I don't even see this. Huh. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. This song fucks so hard. This song falls under the category of Remember Who You Are, White Boy. Have you guys, dude, have you seen the new genre of nostalgia maxing that is Remember Who You Are, White Boy? Because that shit hits, bro. There was one that came out I saw yesterday and it was like, remember who you are, white boy. You used to wear DC skate shoes. And I was like, ah. And that day I wore my Osiris. Because I bought a pair of vintage Osiris and I wear that shit out every once in a while. And I literally feel like a teenager again. I'm like, I'm going to rip a kickflip. Remember who you are, white boy. Okay. We got the first one pretty quick. Let's rock. I usually am 100% on. Whoa, that's a weird sound. I'm going to go Rob Zombie. No Rob Zombie. Remember who you are, white boy! That was so perfect, bro! You used to wear DC shoes! You used to drink Monster Energy!
Tired of being what
You want me to be. Oh man, I want to wear Janko jeans right now.
Don't know what you're expecting of me. Put under the pressure of walking in your shoes. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. Just caught in the undertow. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so numb, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. Can't you see?
God, I want to lift weights right now. Hybrid Theory is like one of the best albums of all time. I used to listen to that shit. God damn, where are my Janko jeans? Bro, I feel like the Remember Who You Are, white boy, is like a bat signal beckoning me to just be the fucking piece of shit I was as a teenager. God, I miss that shit. Desperately wanting a septum piercing, but being too afraid to get one. Oh, fuck. Shopping at fucking PacSun. Oh my God. Remember who you are, white boy. What? Are you sure?
Oh yeah, wow, that's very
Fuck!
cool.
Yeah.
What's that on that beat, ho?
I'm different, ho. I'm different. I'm different, bitch. I'm different.
I'm different.
What a track. What a tune. All right, where is this goddamn Japanese game show episode? I just don't even see it. I don't even know, man. No. What? No. Is this it?
Don't tell my bitch wife about this.
Wait, so am I
love my wife.
Am I in this?
Pass to the show.
Is 24-hour tag reference?
Everybody chanting. Bots.
Oh my God. Wait, they did a Japanese game show and they didn't invite me? What the fuck? I told them this was my dream.
Oh, perfect, just how I like him. Now, I have a perfectly trained horse, and his name is Cinnamon.
Oh my God.
And you're gonna give me that riding
Oh
crop?
my
You're
God.
such a good. I need to see how.
Oh my God.
Girl, give it up to our helper.
Ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
Remember who you are, white boy.
Can you put that in chat? Dude, I feel like I need to remember who I am, White Boy Friday, this Friday. I feel like I need to just, we might have to do a music stream of Remember Who You Are, White Boy.
Filled with tens of thousands of gallons of volatile fuel. They were literally flying bombs.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God, it's a 9/11 tribute. I didn't even notice that. What the fuck? Oh my God. Dude, what is hold on. Wait, do you know what's a Remember Who You Are white boy track? Dude, what was the old hymn song that they used to play before CKY? What track is that? What? That's a hymn song, right? CKY 96 Bitter Things? Is that it? Oh. Oh my, dude, I am remembering who I am, white boy. Bro, that riff makes me remember who I am, white boy. Wow. Wow, fuck. Are you guys all remembering who you are, white boy, right now? Wait. This is a guy playing chop suey while making chop suey? Rap! Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Trust in my self-righteous suicide. Oh my God. When angels deserve you. This is awesome. Didn't System of a Down become Chuds? Wasn't that like the most unlikely flip up ever? Didn't that happen, or am I crazy? Not all of them but Surge. Okay, interesting. All right, Peanut sent a link we're going to look at next. When angels deserve to. This was fire. All right, let's see what you got in your wake up white boy quiver. Wow, you went right for the fucking jugular.
Less in my dress for the occasion. It's number 32. Now here's the situation. With the P, move your feet, then don't change the station. Back because you're leaving on a permanent vacation. Well, I'm a disaster. A microphone master. Put on the tape.
Dude, you know what's crazy? As a kid, there were bands that I thought were going to be there forever. You know what I mean? Like, there were bands that I thought were going to be like Rolling Stones forever. Blink-182 and Sum 41 were bands that I thought would never disappear. Those two bands, I was like, these guys will be making music forever. Boy, was I wrong.
Rocky Ghetto Blaster. It's not about the money because it tells the resorts about sweating all the in the biker shorts.
Blink is still around. Yeah, Blink's still around, but Sum 41 is not. Oh my God, bro. Ba-now. Ba-na-na. Back in El Camino. No one knew we got names. Cause nobody came.
I know I'm not the one you thought you knew back in high school. Never going, never showing up when we had to. Attention that we crave, don't tell us to behave. I'm sick of always hearing at your age. I don't want to waste my time. Become another casualty of society. I'll never fall in line. Become another victim of your conformity. Back down.
Ba-dow-bow-bow-bow. Cause you don't
know us at all. We laugh when all people fall. But what would you expect with a conscience so small? Heavy metal
and rocks.
Is how we were raised. Maiden and priest. We're the gods that we praise. Cause we like having fun at other people's expense. And cutting people down is just a minor offense. And it's none of your concern. I guess I'll never learn. I'm sick of being told to wait my turn. I don't want to waste my time.
Wow.
Casualty of society. I'll never fall in line. Become another victim of your conformity. And back down.
The skullet.
Don't count on me to let you know when. Don't count on me. I'll do it again. Don't count on me. It's the point you're missing. Don't count on me. Cause I'm not listening. No good is more than a flat right. And I don't give about nothing. You standing on the corner talking all that kabuffin. Now you don't make sense from all the cats you. Cause if the egg don't stay, we're ringing off the hook. You're on the handle. What in a telephone bar like song with distortion. Drinking proportion. The dentist in my mom should have had an abortion.
Damn, this shit went so crazy.
Waste my time. Become another casualty of society. I'll never fall in line. Become another victim of your conformity. And back down. Casualty of society.
Mid as fuck. He had to be there.
Victim of your conformity. And back down.
My ultimate remember who you are white boy song. And I don't know if anybody will relate with this at all, but this was like perfectly in my teen years. And I wanted to be the lead singer of this group. He was so my fucking aesthetic. It was like emo, but it was like elevated, and he was so fucking hot. And this song fucking ripped.
Don't waste your time. You won't feel anything.
God, man, wake up, white boy. Remember who you are. Golly. Oh my God. Wake up, white boy. Remember who you are, white boy. Remember who you are. Wow. Okay, I will say though, there is an ultimate remember who you are, white boy. And I'm telling you, this is it. This song defined an era of like skate music, white boy music. I'm telling you, this song, bro, this is peak wake up, remember who you are, white boy. This is it, in my opinion. Boomer shit? No, exactly, brother. We're talking about an era that is bygone. We're talking about literally late 90s, early 2000s, when everybody skateboarded, when everybody wore fucking fitted hats and Janko jeans and wallet chains. This is an era, man. Wake up, white boy. If you're too young, you cannot wake up, white boy. You cannot. Bro, I'm telling you right now, the best era, I'm telling you, best era was when we all had cell phones and the best thing you could do on it was text message. Cell phones before social media, everything was lit, bro. It was so fucking lit. House parties were lit. Everything was so fucking fun. It was awesome. Basically, the iPhone ruined everything. And like, I would challenge people. I said this on the Wilder side. I have gone to a few concerts, parties, shows, like a comedy show I've gone to, a rave I've gone to, a party I've gone to, a few of these events now. Like, people will either sticker your phone on the front and back. They'll put a sticker on the front and on your camera when you walk in, or they'll mag bag your phone, which means they'll put your phone in a bag and they'll mag bag it. And I'm telling you, every event that I have gone to where they take your phone is infinitely more fun. Infinitely more fun. I cannot tell you how fucking hopelessly dependent on your phone you are. So many people are hopelessly dependent on their phones. Diddy party. No, dude, not a fucking It was literally, I'll tell you what it was. The first time I got my phone mag bagged, it was Dave Chappelle's comedy special. It was the first time I remember getting my phone mag bagged.
Tony Hawk, though.
The second time, it was a Salute rave. I don't know if you guys know who Salute is, but Salute is this dope fucking DJ. And at the door, they put a sticker on the front of your phone and they put a sticker on the camera of your phone. And they were like, do not take these off. If we see you taking these off during the show, we will bounce you. And it was fucking incredible. Like, I've been to like 5 or 6 of these events now where they're just like, don't take your fucking phone out.
That's very cool.
A lot of hardcore shows still lack a lot of phones, and I think that's why I love going to hardcore and punk shows more
people
than
are
any
just
other show.
way more present without their phone. It's actually, you actually see people like come out of their like social media shell. The other thing is, I'm going to be real. Every time people get like even fractionally bored or they feel socially awkward, they do this. When you don't have your phone to lean on at social events, you have to talk to people. There's no like just disappearing into your phone and sending out a message to people like so you have to interact, and it is so much fucking better. It is so much fucking better.
Time before you could pay with debit cards when they were solely for withdrawing from items only things stores
No,
took was cash, credit, or checks. No,
I don't
debit.
remember that era. I don't remember that era. I do remember. So I got a cell phone. I got a chocolate when I was like 13. Is like that era from like 13 to like, I think the iPhone came out when I was like 15, maybe. That era was so sick. That like 3 years of being able to like text and communicate, but like there wasn't like this huge, like people had Facebooks, but no one determined your social value by how many followers you had. People were just sharing shit for you to like go look, and people would actually like look at your photos. And like the other thing that was awesome about Facebook is you would go to events and someone would have a camera and they would take pictures and then they would post that on their Facebook. So it was great to go be like, oh, hey, look, a photo of me. I can rip this. Because like we didn't just have photos on everything. So it was really fun to go check out like albums of shit because you could go like grab photos. It was awesome. MySpace, no, I was too young for the MySpace era. I never really hit MySpace. I just missed the MySpace era. Damn, that was a good ass time. Too young? Yeah, no, I was too, dude, MySpace was like popping when I was like 11. I was too young for that. Lies? No, it's not lies. By the time I came of age to do social media, Facebook had replaced MySpace 100%. Bro, I'm 34 and we were all on MySpace. I'm sorry, but like by the time I came of age, like MySpace people were kind of looked at as losers. I just remember like the attitude around like if you made a MySpace at like when I was like 15, it was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like just get on Facebook like a normal human being. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying I remember that of my childhood. I don't know if that was just my friends and where I was regionally, but like the attitude was like people on MySpace were like habitually online. Yeah, that's us. Guys, I'm so sorry. That was not me. I was not born in the dark. I was out there in the pavement, man. I barely had a Facebook. Like, I was not of the internet at that time. The only really nerdy thing I consumed on the internet at that time was Newgrounds. I was a big Newgrounds guy. But like, I was not into social media in my teens at all. Like, I did not consume social media in my teens, almost at all. AIM? Everybody had AIM, man. What are you, crazy? You couldn't get laid without AIM. Bro, I remember I would craft elaborate away messages and then I would set my status as away when I was talking to someone to hope that they would message me and get my away message. And I would kind of like sit there and be like, I wonder how they're reacting to that. God, man, AIM was fire, bro. But again, my teenage take on MySpace is not accurate. I just remember that being my feeling.
Phones have ruined live shows.
Yes.
I always wonder why people record a whole show. I guarantee you that no one ever goes back and watches those videos on their phone. It's like people that take videos of fireworks. No one cares.
True. Dude, okay, this is all coming back. You know when you get like sense memory? Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly why I tuned out on MySpace.
Peak, remember who you are, white boy for me is the Breaking Benjamin song they made for Halo 2.
Breaking Benjamin. So I remember my first experience with MySpace, and this is so funny. You had to have been there. You had to understand. I have to look this up. Okay. I made a MySpace. I remember making a MySpace. And within like 10 seconds of being followed on MySpace, this guy named Tom followed me. And it was like this middle-aged man. And I was like, who the fuck is Tom? This shit is weird. And I walked away. And I didn't know that Tom was like the auto follower. It was like the creator of MySpace that followed everybody. But as a kid, I immediately was like, ew, bro, this shit is weird, dude. Yo, Dunn, this shit is weird. And I fucking just bailed. Night 1, frame 1, bro. Night 1, frame 1. I was like, I'm out.
Drink the piss.
Oh, yeah, dude. This is a good new metal parody.
Drink the piss.
This guy's so funny.
I ain't afraid to say it. That bubblegum boy band shit, it's gay. Fist fight me, pick the place. I'ma fuck you up and then fuck your face. Timberlake, fuck you, bitch. Nick Lachey, you better lick my dick. Insync, that shit's for chicks. I'ma get the CD and set that shit on fire. Well, I'ma say it. Well, I'ma say it. Well, I'ma say it. Fuck you. When you call on my skin. Psycho freak.
I love how this is like a mix of Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, and like ICP. All right, let's listen to this Breaking Benjamin. Oh, I remember this.
They fall in line one at a time, ready to play. I can't see them anyway. No time to lose, we've got to move. Steady your hand. I am losing sight again. Fire your girls, it's time to run. Blow me away. I will stay unless I may. After the fall, we'll shake it up. Show me the way. Only the strongest will survive. Lead me to heaven.
I remember I grew to hate Halo 2 because I went to a boarding school and we had a communal area where you played video games and everybody was always playing Halo 2, always. And I got insanely good at Halo 2, but it got to the point where we were always betting on video games. So people would like get me to play Halo 2 and it was always so fucking high stress. It was so and then like the screen peeking always ended in like fist fights. I love the game and I was good at it. I just remember so much shit around it. I will say though that I made so much money in high school playing fucking FIFA. I would rinse motherfuckers in high stakes FIFA. I would rinse motherfuckers. I beat the doors off people. I was good at FIFA. Yeah, bro. Cause you gotta understand, like, it's like a boarding school dorm. So you get like a bunch of international kids. So all the international kids played FIFA. And FIFA was like the most competitive sports game by far. Still is, honestly, in my opinion. Like FIFA is way more competitive than any other sports game. Way, way more. It's just way more balanced. Like the better player will usually win in FIFA. 2K, not even close, bro. I can beat like professional 2K players after like playing the game for like 10 minutes. FIFA is the most competitive sports game by far. Second is NHL, but the problem is Chell, sometimes the goalie will just stand on its fucking head. I don't know if that's still the truth, but there were Chell games where you would outshoot your opponent like 50-10 and they would win because their goalkeeper would just go dicko mode and you'd be like, what the fuck is this? So it just got impossible. In FIFA, it was good because there were shots that you know that if you set it up, it would always go in. So like FIFA when I was a teenager was so competitive and we would have crazy like gambling and betting. Like it was like jail. People were like betting food and stuff. I won so many fucking, you know, those little panda, like the Asian chocolate filled, I would rinse my Korean fucking roommates and I would just take all their fucking Asian snacks, bro. That and Blue Jones soda. I remember Blue Jones soda. I would rinse this other kid in my dorm and I would always make him put up some of his Blue Jones soda. I'd be like, yo, come on, put that shit up. 2 bottles, dog. I'll put up $10 against it. Rinse them. Man, dude, I have unpacked a lot of fucking shit that I haven't thought about in forever. Some stuff in Discord. No, Rain, I'm never opening another link from you. Peace and love, bro. I love you, No Rain. I love you, but like that era has fully passed. I just know if I open a link, it's going to be like someone spreading cheeks within 2 minutes. And you're going to be like, oh, dude, I didn't watch 2 minutes in, bro. That's crazy. Only the strong. Simple Plan. Oh my God.
And I wrote this letter in my head, 'cause so many things were left unsaid.
I hated this shit. I hated Simple
My
Plan
uncle
as a
was
kid.
a drummer for a band called Trust Company.
Trust
Their
Company?
song Downfall is very wake up white boy coded.
Trust Company? Nah, I hated this shit even as a kid. I'm going to be honest. There's no nostalgia there. I'll be honest. When I was a teenager, I probably would have said this is gay. Which I know now is wrong. Bro, this has some tool to it. You know what I mean? Some fear inoculum. Go ahead.
Lord Nefferson.
Yes.
You see the end of that Yukon Duke game.
I did.
Insane.
It's fabulous. Now Will Neff uses this as gay as a compliment. Real. We really turned the corner on that. I'm glad that a lot of like the weird kind of homophobia. Well, I still think that young men are terribly homophobic, unfortunately. I'm trying to wake young men up to the fact that shit is whack. This kind of fucks, actually. You've actually made me more homophobic. I hope that's a gag. I hope that's a gag. Nah, bring back gay as an insult. And I say that as a gay guy who fucks some dudes. No, I don't like gay as an insult. I don't like gay as an insult. No, hell no. I think sometimes you can use it for like comedic effect without being like problematic. But I wouldn't use it as a pejorative anymore. It's time to wake the fuck up, white boy. We're going to listen to all fucking 15 minutes of this song. Bro, the first time I heard this song and looked at this music video, it definitely made me feel weird inside. Very weird. Somewhere in the time continuum, there is a Will Neff who just smoked a poorly rolled joint filled with brick pack Mexican weed, playing fucking original World of Warcraft for hours on end, bro. Souls in motion. No one really understands alternate reality, Will Neff. I know. It's interesting because there's this other thing that like I give a lot of leniency to like younger streamers to eventually get their shit together. Like if you're 30 and you're still kind of fucking a dick, it's like, dude, figure your shit out. But I give a lot of slack to the younger streamers because like I just remember who I was. And people are a moving target. You know what I mean? Like people can grow so much. And I do feel like everybody looks at people on the internet and be like, that's a finished product. That's a finished product. That's a finished product. When some of these people are like, they're like 23 and it's like, damn, like you gotta give them a chance to figure it out. And then you gotta do a little gentle parenting. Do a little gentle parenting. Like when I was telling all those guys on the Wilder side that midget is no longer the preferred nomenclature, I was like, guys, it's a problematic word. We can move past that. It's little people now. Like it's a gentle push. It's a gentle push. Back together and rediscover communication. This shit still hits so fucking hard. Poetry that comes from squaring off between and the circling is worth it. Finding beauty in dissonance. There was a time that the pieces fit, but God, man. All right, I feel bad. We're 3 hours in. Let's watch Alone. Jesus Christ. We'll do a wake up. We'll do a wake up white boy Friday. Wake up white boy Friday is going to be fucking lit. There was a time that the saved. No, Tool is great. Don't ever speak ill of Tool in front of me. Don't you ever do that. There was a time that the pieces fit. Why is this? Houston, we have an issue. Hold on. I gotta fix. Oh, wait, the sound is just working? Tight. Men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own minds. Franklin Delano Roosevelt.